Yeah, I mean, congrats to UCLA. It was a hard-fought game today. Was proud of my team's effort. We didn't defend very well in the first half. We lost Bilodeau a bunch of times on pick and pops. We weren't able to keep Dent and Perry out of the paint. I thought their dribble penetration in the first half was really hurting us. Made a few adjustments to our coverage in the second half and, gave ourselves a chance to get back in the game. Told our guys, we've been out here for 7 days. You get down by 16. A lot of teams would have said, man, it's okay. Let's go home. So that's what I was really proud of our guys, fighting back to get it to 6 there. And then there were just 2 real critical possessions. Huge shot in the corner coming out of the timeout to put them up 9. And then we got kind of trapped on the sideline. We were trying to get a timeout. Referee didn't see it, and that was a big turnover. And then we fouled. So it went 6-11 right there, and that was kind of the separation they needed to kind of get the game pressure off. So we got better this week. We were able to come out here and split the 2 games. We had come out here kind of a battered team, a little bit demoralized, being 0-7, and I think we regained some spirit on the trip, which is good for us, and hopefully will help us as we move forward.
What is UCLA doing better defensively than they were earlier in the season?
Yeah, I mean they got some older guys. They have incredible length. Their size is impressive in person, especially with the front line of Daly, Bilodeau, and Booker. I think Dent's playing better. He had his struggles a little bit earlier in the season. He's kind of the last couple games kind of become more of who he's been in his college career. I'm a big fan of Perry. I think he does a lot of good things quietly. A lot of those other guys get a lot of attention, and rightfully so, but I thought he was a huge part of why they won today. Just his physicality. He made 2 big free throws late, made some big shots at the end of clocks, gives him a good secondary ball handler to help with Donovan. But I thought they did a pretty good job communicating. I thought they had a pretty good job on Martinelli. Nick's a tough cover. I know he finished with 22 or whatever, but it was hard-earned. I thought they did a really good job taking him off his spots and kind of making him be a passer. So it's a good team. Mick's a terrific coach. His teams are always going to get better. As the season goes on, him and his staff do a great job, and definitely a really good basketball team.
You mentioned the dribble penetration, which has obviously been an issue at times this season. What didn't you like in the first half, and what did you like in the second half where the defensive effort improved?
Yeah, I just thought we were getting beat, on a lot of straight line drives, which is really tough for rotations. And I thought it was Dent and Perry. Both of those guys, they got some layups. And then we didn't do a great job in the 2-man actions with Bilodeau, and that's kind of their bread and butter. We probably didn't have the right coverage on it in the first half. We made a little adjustment and went to switching in the second half and kind of took away his pick and pops. I think he only had 2, but the 18 in the first half, coupled with the guards' penetration, kind of gave him that double-digit lead, which was tough for us.
I know you mentioned Nick earlier. He obviously came in with quite a scoring binge over the last 10 games or something like that. Was that just kind of the law of averages kind of playing out there at the start of the second half, or was there something in particular that was just a little off?
Yeah, I mean, I thought they did a good job. Like I said, they made him take his efficiency, made him take 19 shots to get 20 points. I thought their communication was pretty good. They talked really well on his pick and pops, his pick and short rolls. We call him. Anytime he got in his isolation situations, there was always bodies, and which he sees a lot. And, fortunately, I thought some of our guys stepped up. Jordan Clayton made 3 big threes, for us, which was big. But we're going to have to get more of that, because teams, obviously Nick is scored 20, how many times in a row. I mean, they're going to do whatever they can to try to make it hard on him, and that's where these other guys got to really help out as we continue to move forward.